Hello everyone, welcome to a little Roll It Out. My name is Ken Herr and I'm going to go through that rolling with you. As usual today, what we'll need is a foam roller and a trigger or rolling myofascial ball of some sort. Today I have a lacrosse ball and a tennis ball with me. Remember, we can use baseball, we can use a golf ball, a little bit more intense on the golf ball, as we talked about before. Racquetball is not that great. That's probably the only sports ball, if you will, that I'll say that we want to avoid. Baseball, softballs are okay. They're just a little bit on the bigger side. So we're going to go all full body today. So we're going to go from the feet all the way up to the neck. We're going to get some forearm action in here. And then we'll try just a few major body group stretches just to try to open up after we release that fascia. Remember, we're releasing fascia, we're increasing tissue flexibility, we're increasing hydration in the tissue, and we're just making that tissue more pliable so that we increase our range of motion and we feel a little bit better. Injury prevention, it's also going to help you if you have a job where you're sitting a lot. We're going to try to open up those hip flexors, those glutes, try to get our body into neutral spine, try to get our body into a more comfortable position to actually be active and be functional during the day. Okay, so with all that said, let's go ahead and get right started with the feet. All right, so you see I have no shoes on. For this one, I prefer no socks as well, but you can have socks on this one. What we're trying to do is some compression on the feet. We'll roll the feet, and then we'll move into the foam roller. With this one, you can use tennis ball or lacrosse ball. I like the tennis ball and the compression. Remember, place it right under that. I'll go to the side here so we can see right under that big toe. And then we're just going to kind of come forward on that compression, then go over to the middle of the toes, compression, and then go to the outside of the toes, compression down. We'll do that one more time. Big toe, compression, middle of the toe, compression. We're just pushing on that fascia, just kind of making it go. We're going to go right into the middle of the foot now, right? Compression down. Only go as far as you can. If you're on a harder ball, you may only be able to go that far. If you're on that softer ball, you may be able to go a little further. And then remember, the toe goes forward on the heel, push down on the heel, back up, push down on the heel, back up. And then I like to go one more in that kind of plantar fascia area. Excellent. Very good. Now from there, we're going to take, I like to use the harder ball for this one, but if you have the tennis ball, it'll work just fine. We're going to take and we're just going to roll around. All right. And I have the chair here. If you want to use the chair, you can, right? We can sit in the chair. It takes a little pressure off. If you have that bigger foam roller with you, you can use that as kind of a balance and try to put some pressure on this. All right. We're rolling around. Now, what I want to do next is I want to put the toes down, pinch down or press down on that heel, and then just go back and forth. It's a really good one to get that heel loosened up. Good. We spend a lot of time off and on our feet. It's good to take care of the feet. All right, let's do the same roll now. Remember, these are going to be our push. So we're going to push forward and then bring it back. We're going to push forward. We're just trying to push that fascia. We're trying to push that fluid right up through the foot. Good. Remember, tissue has fluid in it. It has hydration. The more we make it like a wet sponge, the more we push that hydration through, the more pliable our tissue is. Good. Excellent. Let's go ahead and go to the other side. Toes, press it down. Middle of the toe, press it down. Outside of the toe. Excellent. Let's do the toes again. I forgot I like to do them twice. Good. You may have some pain. You may have some discomfort with this. Let's go ahead and go to the midfoot now. I'll show you that side view. And that's okay. Just do it at your best feeling. We're not trying to hurt you here, but sometimes these, we call these trigger points, they are going to be a little bit painful, a little bit tender. And you got to just know the difference between that sharp pain of that's pain that we should avoid and that kind of just discomfort, that tightness, if you will, because that happens a lot. And let's finish one more time in here with when we do myofascial release. We feel like numbing in the area. We feel like where we were hurting in our wrist when we roll our shoulder or back, we feel that these are trigger points. They're sending signals back and forth saying, hey, I found the knot. I found that myofascial knot, if you will. And we want to just kind of roll on that, take it easy on it. We can even hold it on there for 3 seconds lightly and then roll around the area. Okay. We got our compression. Let's go ahead and get our rolling in on the foot. So yeah, we use pain a lot, but I would say more we can work through a little discomfort because of tight areas. We want to avoid extreme pain. Essentially, rolling a good amount is going to avoid that pain long term. Good. Very good. Let's go ahead and place that heel right down, back and forth. This is what we call kneading, right? So we're trying to pin the object, or in this case, the ball, under the heel, and then we're just rolling the skin on, or the muscle and fascia and skin on the ball. Good. Let's go ahead and do the same thing here. All right. We're going to go just like this. 3, 2, 1, and we'll go our forward rolls, right? Just like this. Just trying to, almost like taking a step forward, letting that ball roll. Show you that side view again. Just taking a step forward and then bringing it back. Boom. And just rolling out the striations of that tissue. One more here. Excellent. All right. Feet feel pretty good, if I can speak. All right. So on this one, the only thing I do for stretches on the toes or the heels is I'll actually just press down, and I'll just kind of push on that toe down. You'll feel a little more calf than you will foot, and then we'll just push the toes down. And again, you'll feel a little bit more in the shins than you will in the feet, but it is working some of that fascia, right? So we're just going to push down and then go forward. We get that, open up that fascia a little bit, and then pushing down. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, excellent job, folks. Let's get right into our calves. So we'll move to the foam roller. Leave that ball close. We're going to get back to it. Right now, our concentration is the foam roller. So we're going to go quickly up the body. So we've got 5 rolls on each side. So we've got 5 on the left calf. Excellent. Switch it over to the right calf. Sometimes you can spend a little bit more time, but if you're just trying to squeeze in 15, 20 minutes of rolling, I would suggest somewhere around 5 to 8 rolls. Let's go ahead and hit the hamstrings. We're going to try to be time efficient with these, so we'll roll over and do the quads and the shins next, the tibialis muscle. So just 5 on the hamstrings here. Excellent. Let's switch it up. If you want to do both, you can. I prefer to do one at a time. If you have the smaller foam roller, obviously you're kind of forced into that one at a time. Nothing wrong with that either. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and flip it over. We talked about the tibialis. All right, these are the shin or the shin splints, and we hear shin splints a lot. But remember, we just put that shin right on using both hands. And the amount of pressure you want to put on it is how much you want to drop that body weight onto that shin. Excellent. Let's flip it over. Find that right angle. You want to just be on the outside of the shin or the pinky toe side. Excellent. Let's get into the quads now. So we're kneeling right in front. With quads, if you have the one, right, you just kneel and you leave the one hanging off. If you have both, you can just kneel right in front. Lay it over so that the quads go on the foam roller. If you have a big foam roller, you can obviously just lean over to do one at a time. You can still do 2 at a time here. If you have the small foam roller, you're going to be doing 1 at a time either way. Switch it up if you haven't yet. Excellent. Very good. Let's go ahead, get into our lower back next. Now, I'm skipping these psoas. We're going to get to those in just a second. If you do have a small dumbbell or a water bottle, we'll need that as well for the psoas. But for the lower back, remember, we're going to sit so that the foam roller's between the knees here. We're going to lie our bodies back. The big part with this is we're going to hip bridge up Make sure you still have contact with the foam roller. Keep your head down, hip bridge up, bring that foam roller right under that lower back. We're not looking to put a lot of pressure on this, so in the beginning you can pick one foot up, pick the one closest to you guys up. If you can tolerate, you can pick both feet up and just light rolls right over. If you can't tolerate it, remember, you can still do those rolls with one, and you can still just keep both feet on the ground. Very good. 2. Let's do one circle one way. Let's do a circle the opposite way. And to kick out of this one, we just put one foot down, lift that butt up, and sit up with it. All right, excellent. So we got a little bit of lower back. Let's actually get the glute, and then we'll turn to the hip flexor next. So remember, if you have the smaller foam roller, this is still fine. On this one, we're going to sit right on that glute, and we're going to do 5 with just the opposite leg is supporting, right? It's being our pivot hinge. The other leg is just staying straight. We're just rolling right on it. After we do 5 there, we're going to hit that piriformis. So we're going to cross it over. If this is difficult to get the knee up here, remember, just straighten this leg out a little bit. You can still do it. If you can get it, the higher you can get it, the more aggressive we can go after that piriformis, the more we'll isolate it for that roll. Just 5 rolls here. Remember to try to be on the side of that hip, on the glute, full range of motion here as far as you can roll on that pivot. 3, good. Let's go ahead and adjust the glute on the other side first. 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Let's go ahead and cross it. We're hitting that piriformis now. 3, 4, and 5. Excellent job. All right, I want to get into if you don't have a ball, if you're not comfortable with this, the backup to this one, if you remember how we rolled, we put to left knee, right shoulder, and then we would put our right hip over that for that foam roll. That is what we're going to be concentrating on, that hip flexor. But I want to try to get you guys, and I'm going to grab my water bottle. I could grab a dumbbell as well, but I just want to show you how simple you can use just a regular water container to effectively get these hip flexors. So remember, we increase 1. We're going to find the top of that hip bone, folks. Go about 1 inch to 2 inches inside that hip bone, and then down another inch. Once you have that ball placed, you're going to push down, use an object. And here's where, if you have that foam roller with you, I like to actually use the foam roller as a pillow. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep me from reaching my neck up. Now my neck's comfortable. I've got that water bottle pushed down on the hip flexor. And then I'm just going to grab with one hand to hold up the bottle. The other hand's going to be pushing down on the bottle. Now, dumbbells do work a little bit better because we don't have to push down as much. Their weight does all the work for us. We're trying to roll in that little pocket in the hip flexor. Now, you guys keep going. I just want to come up here. As we roll in that hip flexor, should be in this area right here if I'm pushing. We want to feel that hip flexor area, and this is where you could feel it come around the back. You can feel it shoot down the leg. That's okay. We want to be right in that pocket there. These psoas and hip flexor muscle groups here and fascia groups, they really control our lift, but they also control our hip and neutral spine. So if we're sitting a lot, and let's go ahead and switch to the other side while I'm explaining this. Let's go to your right side, find that other pocket. While we're sitting a lot, they shorten on us, and then when we go to stand up, they don't want to lengthen, and they pull our hips, so we're walking like this. I'm exaggerating for purpose here, but what we want to do is open them up so that they basically turn us and get us into that neutral spine nice and tall. All right, so we should be finishing up on that right side. Excellent. So, and you could just use your hands too. You don't have to use the implement. I find it a little bit more easy, and I find it more effective to use a dumbbell or water bottle. Excellent. We all feel comfortable there. Very good. Okay, we've got the foam roller already behind us, so let's go ahead and hit that mid-back to neck. My favorite one, folks. I think I say it every time. Love this roll. Remember, put the feet right underneath. We're going to hip bridge up. A lot of people, this foam roller kicks out on you. If it does, put your hands just right here for a second. Let your body get under it, and then you should have the comfortability of moving your feet around to find that full range of motion. Mid-back to upper neck. If you can't go that far, look, I can get to here and I can just walk a little bit and then walk back a little bit. Use your feet as needed. You may not have full range of motion just on pivoting the knees. Good. Now tuck the elbows tight. Hands should be supporting the neck. Good. Now what I want you to do is just extend your left and kind of lean on that left side. We're rolling over that shoulder blade. Some good serratus, lat rolling here. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and switch it up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and come up from there. We talked about the chest rolling already, right? We went over this before. If you haven't done this with me yet, we'll re-review it. With the chest, we can have a seat or we can use the wall. Collarbone, right? You can feel your collarbone up here. Make a triangle down on the nipple line. That big triangle area, that's what we're looking for. Top of the nipple line up to the collarbone. And what we're going to do is we're going to place that ball right here. Hand, and roll. That's what we're looking for. If you need to, you can bring that chest right up against the wall and you can roll against that object as well. Or you can go on the ground and roll that. Remember, we're just trying to add some pressure. I prefer to use the lacrosse ball in this area. Tennis ball may be enough. A lot of times we don't take care of the chest, remember, and the chest tightens up and pulls us over. We keep working on the back, we keep doing rows, and we keep releasing the back, but the chest keeps pulling us back forward. We've got to take care of both sides. So make sure you're rolling this. This one is a little tougher to do on that 5 rolls. So usually what I'll do is I'll find areas and I'll go 10 little quick ones and I'll come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'll move around here. All right, same thing. If I need extra pressure, I'll do this. I'll switch the sides. Sometimes you don't need a lot of pressure. You may have put that ball there and went, ow. That just means that you're really tight in that fascia in the pectoral area and it's really pulling you over. This is a really good postural roll. This and that back that we just went through. And you can use the lacrosse ball on the back on the ground as well, or the tennis ball, right? You place the ball where you want it and then you just kind of roll on it. I like using the foam roller if you have it, but if you're traveling, this ball can do a roll anywhere that the foam roller can go. So the ball is very efficient to bring with you and it's easy to pack, right? 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's go ahead and talk about the forearms just a second here. We're going to come down, just rolling. We're just going to do 3 or 4 rolls here. We're just turning the hand just enough to get that fascia going. And then let's hit that pocket right here. Little roll the pocket and coming back up. Let's go to the other side. Just a little roll along there. Find that little pocket. A little heavier in that little muscle belly, right at the top, that flexor tendon muscle belly. 3, 2, and 1. And then remember we talked about the neck. We can take the ball just a little bit on that neck area. We're trying to go from the back. You can feel the back of your skull here, or if you want, it's you take the thumb below that ear, or right behind that ear, and then just touch the middle finger down. Then touch the pointer finger down and put the ball right there. That little muscle rolling up and down the neck. Not trying to overdo it, just nice easy rolls. Here on the other side, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, to finish this off, got a good roll in. Let's just do a quick stretch. We cross the leg, and we're going to double down here. We're going to neck stretch, and we're going to stretch the hips. So we push down, and then all I want to do is lean the head this way. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and grab the knee now, pull, and lean the neck the other way. So we're getting that good glute. We're getting that good neck. We don't need to force the neck. That's just a nice, easy reach. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and switch it up. Good. Press it down. One side of the neck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's turn the neck turn and pull on this. Feel that good glute. Always good to get those glutes stretched out. 3, 2, and 1. Glutes, hips, neck, chest, legs, feet. Folks, you should feel nice and limber now. We rolled some myofascia. We did some stretching with it. There's always areas that we can take a little extra time to concentrate on, but the idea is to functionally roll the body, increase the tissue flexibility, increase the hydration through it, increase the body's ability to move. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'll see you next time on Roll It Out. Bye, everyone. Loose, loose, loose.